The controversy surrounding the regulations of the new straw market once again up for debate as the Straw Market Authority bill moved to the Senate this morning. Genea and Noel covered the morning session of the Upper House.
Despite reports that straw vendors were not in agreement with many of the regulations for the new straw market, Senator the Honorable Dion Folks told senators that a cabinet subcommittee was formed to work with the vendors and they all agreed on the new laws. Folks said he is a member of that committee along with 17 vendors, the Tourism Minister Vincent Vanderpool Wallace and National Security Minister Tommy Turnquest.
Every single word in the guidelines were approved and vetted by the 17 straw vendors who took part in our meetings. They made representations to have consequent on that article, as a consequence of that article, to have some of what they consider now to be some of the offensive words taken out, and we have agreed to have those matters deleted from the regulations.
Senator Folks, who moved the bill in the upper chamber, said the objective is to create a cultural mecca while ensuring that we adhere to international standards and clarifying standards for conduct. Seconding the bill was Senator Michael Pintard. He said that having an authority over the market will ensure that there is less political interference. This, he says, has been a thrust of the F&M administration.
Without question, this provides autonomy that did not exist previously. That is a step in the right direction, but it is not unusual for an Ingram-led administration. Because after all, it is the same administration in its attempt to deepen the democracy in this country that introduced local government, greater autonomy for citizens in their respective community.
Meanwhile, Senator Jerome Fitzgerald led off debate for the opposition, claiming that the F&M thrives on untruth. He said, according to straw vendors, they were only notified of the regulations 1 hour before it was tabled.
I, for one, believe the straw vendors because, as we have shown, I've shown many times in this place, the F&M cannot be trusted. They talk out of two sides of their mouths. They say one thing today, another thing tomorrow. On many occasions, the Prime Minister in that other place has changed his talk and his mind in the same debate. So when the straw vendors say the first time they had any knowledge of an authority was 1 hour before the bill was laid in that other place, Mr. Vice Chairman, I believe them.
Genea and Noel, ZNS News.
Well, it would be wise for vendors to pay attention to this story. A good number of them may forfeit the opportunity to move into the new market, as a condition to doing so is still unfulfilled by many of them. As Carla tells us, the government is going to great lengths to make it easier for straw vendors to make their NIB payments.
I know to go inside there, I got to pay the money. Yeah.
Woodcarver James Roll is among hundreds of vendors occupying the downtown straw market who have fallen behind in making national insurance contributions.
I owe some money for national insurance. I gave them $1,000 about 2 months ago to put on my national insurance. They said I could come and make an arrangement to pay. But I trying to get the rest and pay them all one time. But if I don't, I'll just go and make an arrangement.
It's this effort by Roll to make arranged payments to NIB that will perhaps assure him a space in the new straw market once it opens. On-time payments is a prerequisite for vendors moving in. Still, too few of them are in good standing, says NIB's director, Algernon Cargill.
So what we have is around 30% of straw vendors who actually pay contributions.
That's approximately 200 vendors in good standing out of 680 on NIB's register.
There are many straw vendors, for example, who are reaching retirement age and they're now seeking pensions from the National Insurance Board, and they've not contributed previously they've not contributed previously, and as a result, they are finding that they are ineligible for normal pensions, and they're claiming what we call the old age pension. So we see the benefits for regular contributions to the National Insurance Board in order to guarantee that you have a future where you actually receive contributions to help you in times of challenges. And we've had very few come forward, unfortunately, to honor their commitments, as well as to take advantage of the opportunities here to negotiate a proposal with the National Insurance Board to update their contributions. It's not a lack of effort. We have inspectors in the straw market on a daily basis, and they are there to assist the straw vendors to complete their contribution statements and to pay their contributions on the right amount. And what we've done here at the National Insurance Board, for example, is we have a special window set up where the straw vendors can come. They don't have to wait on the long lines.
The government is reportedly finalizing plans for NIB personnel to have an actual presence here at the new straw market once it opens, making it easier, they believe, for vendors to make payments. Carla, ZNS News.
A major initiative and demonstration of love has brought the nation's leading gospel artists together for a worthy cause. Tomorrow night, the Diplomat Center will come alive for what is being expected to be one of the biggest gospel concerts in recent time. And it's all in an effort to pay tribute and assist a legend in the industry. Clint Watson tells us more.
Kev McKenzie is no stranger to Bahamian gospel music. He's been a pioneer not only writing songs that deal with social ills in the country, but also for keeping it fully Bahamian. For 25 years in ministry, he has touched the lives of countless Bahamians and have performed at their events and fundraisers. Now he's in need, and the entire gospel community has bonded like never before. Coordinator Kevin Harris.
Kevin has shared with the Bahamian public that he has been diagnosed with stage 4 colon cancer, and that he is now at a point where his insurance is not where it used to be, and so he now needs the assistance of all of those he calls friends and family. And so the event is really going to take on a fundraising aspect to help raise the much needed funds for him to continue his treatment.
The gospel community has responded in full for the event, and now the secular community, also touched by Kevin's music, is getting on board.
There's even talk of that community doing something on their own because they're so motivated by what they're saying. So we really want to say a big thank you to all of the artists who are representing on the concert. Well, we got a great lineup. I mean, from everything from traditional with the Ramming Brothers, we've also got contemporary groups like Vision, we've got choirs and chorale like Shabak, praise teams like Adrian Edgecombe and Harvest Generation, Edison Sumner, VOP, Devin Roll, Ambassador Devin Roll and the Barack Movement, and Bishop Denzel Roll, and of course the singing prophet Lawrence Roll is going to be in the house.
There are expected to be some highlights at concert night.
People like Jackie Taylor from Exuma is going to be coming in. People like Vanessa Roll, who sang with Kevin from she was a teenager. And also Kevin's son, Carrington McKenzie, is going to be a really interesting piece in the entire production because many have never heard him sing, and many didn't even know Kevin had a son that can really sing to the level that he can sing. It's national. Simeon Alton is coming out of Grand Bahama. We've got artists coming from Andros, Exuma, Abaco, and we have artists coming from the Turks and Caicos Island.
The journey has not been easy for Kevin McKenzie, but preparing for this event has brought fulfillment to him and kept his mind otherwise occupied at a difficult time, something Harris says he's enjoying.
I believe he has now been put in a corner where he has no choice but to allow friends and family to say, hey, listen, it's okay for us to say we appreciate you. So he's really been taking it in good strides. I think he's very excited. Our rehearsals have been running very late, and he has been showing no signs of being fatigued or slowing down. So I believe he's in good spirits, and I think this helps him in his present situation. It gives him a great boost because he sees the love and he sees the support. I think it's really going to be phenomenal.
The event takes place Friday night at the Diplomat Center. Doors open at 6:30 p.m. Tickets are on sale at various locations and the door. Clint Watson, ZNS News.